Welcome to Writing Tandem. I am your host, Vivian Kvam, and I am here over the next number of episodes to help you make marketing feel more simple, natural, and even fun. And over these next 8 episodes, we're diving into a special mini-series designed to help transform the way you think about marketing. So if you've ever felt like marketing is overwhelming, confusing, or just not your thing, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Marketing is really about mindset more than tactics. And once you shift the way you see it, everything gets easier. So in this series, I'll be unpacking 8 powerful marketing mindset shifts that will help you market your business with more confidence, authenticity, and ease. And each episode is focused on one shift that can make a huge difference in how you attract and connect with customers. So if you're ready to take the stress out of marketing and start seeing it as a natural part of growing your business, then these next episodes are for you. Let's go ahead and dive in. Hey there. Welcome to today's episode. I'm Vivian Kvam, your host here at Writing Tandem. And I'm excited because we're kicking off the first of 8 powerful marketing mindset shift episodes. I'm going to be covering 8 marketing mindset shifts for entrepreneurs. This is something that I started teasing out a little bit in episode number 62. So be sure to check that episode out where I go over what all of the 8 different marketing mindset shifts are, as well as level setting a bit on the difference between marketing and sales. So that's a really great place to start. But if you don't want to pause and go back, that's totally fine. You will gain so much from today. And this is going to be a really great series that we're embarking on and pieces of content that I am excited about sharing with you because I do believe these mindset shifts can really help you move the needle. So one of the things that's important about this series and that I'm hoping that you take away from it over the next couple of episodes is that marketing doesn't have to be overwhelming or feel like something that you just aren't good at. And so what we're covering today is marketing mindset shift number 1, and that is that you are already a marketing expert. And so here's today's myth. This is what I hear so many entrepreneurs say. I don't know how to do marketing. It's really for creative experts, and that's not me. I'm really great at my craft, or I'm really an engineer, or I'm really a business person. And I'm not a marketer, that I'm not one of those creative expert types. And so therefore, I really don't know how to do marketing. And if you've ever thought this, you're not alone. Many entrepreneurs feel like marketing is this big, complicated thing that they don't know how to do and that they can't know how to do it because they just weren't wired for it. Well, here's the truth that I want to introduce to you. You already know how to market through the stories that you tell every day. Because at the end of the day, marketing is storytelling. You don't need to be a copywriter, a social media guru, a branding expert, an amazing graphic designer. You just need to tap into what you already do naturally, which is tell stories that create connection and inspire action. And so if you go back to episode number 62, I talk a little bit more about that, how marketing and sales really, it's all about creating opportunities and connection. So there's a little bonus for you all today for listeners. So be sure to stick around because I have a free resource to help you uncover your best business stories. This will make your marketing feel easier and more authentic for you. So be sure to be listening for the opportunity to grab a really great free resource at the end of this episode. Okay, so really what we're trying to do here is reframe marketing. Marketing is just storytelling. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Marketing is not about tactics. It's about communication, something that you do every single day. You are always communicating. And marketing feels overwhelming when we think about it more as algorithms or ads or maybe complicated or slick strategies. And certainly those can all be tools and elements of marketing. But really, at the end of the day, regardless of those things, it's just storytelling, something that we do all day long. Okay, so for example, think about how you naturally tell stories in everyday conversations. I'm sure you've probably done this even within the past 20, 30 minutes if you've talked to anybody. How you convince a friend maybe to watch a movie, or you recommend a new coffee shop, or maybe you share a funny experience. Those are all storytelling, which then can lead to people taking action. And at the end of the day, we're all wired for stories and action both. As humans, we're specifically wired for storytelling. It's how we pass on information, it's how we pass on culture and heritage and tradition, how we explain ourselves and help connect to the world is through stories. Stories make information more memorable, more engaging, emotionally compelling. They really help us to connect and understand and relate to one another. We are also wired for action, and every great story leads to a decision. So think about like the best movies you watch. Like there's always this crescendo, right, of action that needs to be taken or isn't taken. So in our everyday lives, it might be things like taking action and trying the new restaurant or buying a product or maybe adopting a new habit. That is really the foundation of marketing, telling a story that naturally leads people to take action. Okay, so the mindset shift is this. You have been marketing all along. Marketing isn't some skill you have to learn from scratch. You've already been doing it. You just maybe haven't called it marketing. And that's really where the mindset shift comes in. And it can, as you shift into that mindset, help you, I think, breathe a little more, like give you a sigh of relief of, okay, I may not be an expert in the algorithms. I may not be an expert in, paid ads, but I am an expert in how I tell my story, or I can easily become an expert in how I tell the story of my business. So I want to give you a couple of like examples of this because you still might be like, Vivian, I don't get what you're saying. I'm not telling marketing stories. So I'm going to give you a couple examples just to kind of help you massage this idea and think about it. So, okay, let's take the first example, recommending a restaurant, right? So when you are recommending a restaurant, I want you to think of this like the marketing tactic, right? Of gathering testimonials or reviews, something that we all as businesses want. We want testimonials and reviews. Well, when you're recommending a restaurant to a friend, just offhandedly, maybe, you turn to them, oh, have you checked out this restaurant? What you're doing is you're providing a testimonial and a review through your story. So you had an amazing meal at a new restaurant. You tell your friend all about it. That's the story. The action piece is your friend decides to try it for themselves. So the marketing connection I want you to make here is that this is exactly how testimonials work. When you share your experience, you're naturally influencing others to take action. And so you might have heard the word influencing, right? Well, influencers are a big piece of marketing strategies, and you're already doing that in a very natural way every day. So you really are an expert at this. Okay, another example for you. Maybe you're telling somebody about a sale. Michaela actually was telling me all about a sale not too long ago where she got some really great shoes. She got a number of pairs of shoes, and she was like describing to me how the day went and what it looked like and where the store was and how I could get there and what the time frame was, and that there was only certain amount of time left to be able to take advantage, etc. So the story is she scored a really great deal and she's excitedly telling me all about it. That's the story. She's telling the story. The action is I rush to check out the sale before it ends, right? That's the action that's being taken. So the marketing connection I want you to make here is this is exactly what happens in, say, email marketing. When you communicate urgency and value, you tell a bit of a story, you get it into people's hands, and then people take action. Okay. So hopefully you're starting to like see this, like, oh yeah, I do that. I just hadn't thought of it in that way, right? Made that connection. Okay, how about sharing a personal challenge? This can really come into like brand storytelling, sort of problem solving, marketing. So the story is you've been struggling maybe with stress, but morning meditation has changed your life. And because you've been talking about this, maybe you've been sharing about it on your social media or something like that, a friend is inspired to try meditation too. So that's the action piece. So the connection here is that when businesses share personal stories that showcase a transformation, it helps potential customers see themselves in the story and they want the same results. So that is a basic 101 marketing tactic or activity that we would use. And you're doing it, right? You're doing this already in your personal life. Okay, I have a couple more that I want to use as just a for example. Let's say that you're describing a vacation. This is a really great example of content marketing and emotional engagement, right? You're raving about your vacation, you're detailing the best moments and all the hidden gems. And let's say like a family member now wants to book a trip there because they're like, I want that feeling. I want to have those moments as well. So the marketing connection here is this is content marketing that you're doing. You're creating content and it paints a picture that makes people want to be part of that experience, just as you would do with content marketing. Or how about this one? Maybe you're helping a friend with a purchase decision, right? So like this is going to tie into product comparisons and testimonials again. A friend's maybe unsure which, I don't know, a phone to buy. So you're sharing your experience with your new phone, but the other phones that you looked at as well. And you're helping them feel more confident in making a purchase because you're helping them with a comparison, right? You're showing the comparison of the other phones you looked at, the phone you decided with. And that's exactly how customer reviews, product demos, case studies, those help people make buying decisions. Those are all pieces of marketing. And you do it in everyday examples all the time. Okay, the last one I'm going to share with you. I could share like so many. I detailed a number of them here for you. This is one of my favorite ones because I think people go, oh my gosh, you're right. I literally am marketing and storytelling in like everyday life all of the time. So, what about getting your kids to eat vegetables? This one, again, is like branding and emotional connection. I think this one can kind of fall into a little more of that, what people call the sexy side of marketing, where you come up with something clever, right? You need to convince your kids to eat broccoli. So the story is you're making up a superhero story, right? Have you done this before? I know I have with our kiddos. Like if you eat the broccoli, you're going to have big muscles like Superman, or eating your carrots really helps your eyes. And so maybe you'll be able to see through walls or see in the night better, like Catwoman or something like this. So what you're doing is you're creating a really fun experience. Maybe you even come up with a song or a jingle about eating broccoli and carrots. And so that's marketing, right? You are helping them get into this vision, the action where they're excitedly eating their vegetables. And you're doing that through the way that you're telling the story, and you're doing it in a very entertaining way. So great brands do this all the time. Instead of just listing features, they create stories that connect emotionally. They create fun things that maybe engage people in a different way. And so that is another way that we do marketing every day. And I bring up those examples because it is so often easy to get stuck again in that myth of like, I'm not a marketer and I can never be one because I'm not like one of those creative types or creative like that. And that just is not true. You have amazing stories to tell, and you probably are telling stories about your business all the time. When you are intimate and know your business well, you can't help but tell stories about it. It's really about taking those stories and then just translating them into the platform or the vehicle that you want to use in order to get it in front of people, whether that is through email or a podcast or your social media, or presenting at events. There's so many different avenues and channels you can use. But at the end of the day, it really is just about telling stories. Now, hopefully you're seeing how storytelling is at the heart of marketing. That's something we are very passionate about here at TandemWorks, is helping people, entrepreneurs and business owners and organizational leaders be able to really connect deeply into the heart of their stories, because that's the heart of their marketing. And so you might be wondering, okay, how do I find the right stories to share for my business or for my organization? And of course, I'm glad you asked. That's something that we really love to help people dive into and figure out and unpack. We do one-on-one mentoring sessions for that. And so it's definitely a conversation I'd love to have with you. But we also have a really great free resource. And I want to make sure that that is something that you have available to you right now. We've put together and we've used this over multiple workshops and classes. And it's a really great resource to tap into to start massaging and thinking through these concepts. So we've put together, it's a free PDF with some simple but very deep and insightful prompts. They're questions to help you uncover and craft your most powerful business or organizational stories. Because sometimes what we have found is that you know your stories so well that you can't see them, right? It's sort of like you can't see the trees for the forest. You're so close to it that sometimes it's hard for you to unpack or identify what your most powerful stories are, that you have powerful stories and just how interesting and engaging they really are for you to use in your marketing. So what you're going to find in that PDF is there are questions to help you identify your best stories. And from that, you'll be able to start thinking through a framework and identifying which ones feel really powerful and resonate with you so that you can start turning them into compelling marketing messages. And then you can use those in your emails or your social media, or even when you're having maybe more of a conversion conversation with somebody, you'll be able to draw on those to be able to help them make that purchasing decision. So I would love for you to go grab it. It is at thetandemworks.com/prompt your story. And I will put that, of course, in the show notes, but it's thetandemworks.com/prompt your story. And it's a great place to start with identifying what those stories are. You can really read through it and reflect on those questions so that you can start using them to enhance your marketing. And I promise it's going to make your marketing feel so much easier and more natural for you when you have those identified. So, in summary, let's go over this again. Marketing really is storytelling. It does not need to be a bunch of complicated strategies or tricks. It's really about coming back to and knowing what your stories are and then choosing the ways that you want to share those. And you already tell stories that drive action every day. And this means you already have marketing skills. So I hope that just feels awesome, right? Like high five yourself. You are a marketing expert and you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just start using the stories you already tell naturally in your business. What is it that you find yourself saying over and over again when a client comes in the door? What are the stories that you're telling them? Which are the stories that people resonate with that help them with making a purchase decision? What are the things that you're really proud of within your business that maybe nobody knows about because you just haven't thought about how to craft and tell a story about it yet? Those are all things that are a huge piece of your marketing and what truly make you the most expert at doing the marketing for your business. So a little prompt even now for you that I would like for you just to maybe put a pause after I'm going to ask a question, maybe pause and just jot down a couple of thoughts as they come to you, because this can really shape the direction that you're going with this. I want you to think about the stories that you naturally tell about your business, write them down, and then start sharing them, right? Whether it's social media, emails, conversations, all those things. Just be thinking about, if I was to write down the top 3 stories that I find myself telling all the time, what are they and how can I start using them on these platforms? That's going to get you a long ways. So just a final thought for you here. We as humans are wired for stories, and stories drive action, and you are already doing it. You just need to recognize it and start using it more intentionally. All right, so check out the free download, the download for the free PDF, and try some of the prompts out. And I would love to hear your thoughts on that. So grab the download. It is at thetandemworks.com/prompt your story. It'll help you discover the stories that make your marketing feel more effortless and authentic and in tune. And if this episode resonates with you, I would love for you to send me a message or tag me or ping me on social media. You can find all of our handles for that in the show notes. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. My email's available, so you can certainly email me. I'd love to hear how you're applying this mindset shift into your business. Okay, so next episode, we're going to talk about mindset shift number 2. So we'll be tackling another powerful mindset shift that's really going to start changing the way you think about your marketing. So don't miss that. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, if you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and ping me either through email or social media and let me know what's resonating with you and what I can cover more of for you. All right, we'll see you in the next episode. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. Be sure to take a moment to like, share, comment, send a link, tag a friend. All of those things help me be able to create more content like this to help you and your business and organization grow and thrive, which is really what we're all about at Tandem Works and through this podcast, Writing Tandem. Also, if you would like to connect, be sure to look in the show notes for links to be able to do that with me directly through email or social media. I would love to hear from you. And if you would like to connect on a deeper level for some mentoring, some coaching, some one-on-one, we have a couple different opportunities to do that as well. We have a free 30-minute consultation where you're like, hey, I'm not positive, but I think there might be something you can help me with. Could we explore that first? There's an opportunity to do that. So reach out. Happy to get that link to you to book a 30-minute session one-on-one with me virtually. And then we also offer 90-minute brainstorm and problem-solving sessions to help you unpack and go deeper into any number of topics, including the one we talked about today, ChatGPT, creating strategies, KPIs, and just helping you think through and problem solve and brainstorm in areas that your business is maybe feeling a little stuck. We're really here to help you get unstuck. All right, we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.